prosperity.
That's right.
And years from now, you can show them your kids.
I hope I don't have grandkids in 10 years.
No, that would be a little push.
All right, fellas. Let's do it.
Hey, yeah.
Okay.
Not all go.
That was a good beginning.
You got a good start. Yeah, it's good to kind of have some kind of a protocol for getting in. Yeah, a couple guys hold the boat, really good. Make sure your seats are in the center. Another thing that works is just kind of make sure every time you step in the boat, make sure you're stepping in the center of the boat and not off to the edge. That'll help too with stability. I think that trim looks pretty good. How you guys feel? Put your feet at the foot brace. Looks like some of you guys are going to want to adjust the foot brace, but I don't know if we can do that easily right now. But it looks pretty good actually. What'll happen is if your knees are up too high like this, your butt bones will start kind of getting sore. And that's probably something else you might want to carry as a spare, as an extra seat foam. So if someone gets a really sore butt, an extra hunk of foam does wonders, So that's something else you might want to think about. But
so right now we're in a line. What's the best way to kind of disperse this out?
Okay. Well, what I would do is, let's see, who's in front of you? Is this Michael?
Yeah.
Michael? Does your seat slide?
Yes.
Okay. So I would go to the left, and now your name is?
Dan.
Dan. So go to the right, all the way to the right. Okay, and then you go all the way to the left, and then you go all the way to the right. There we go. So that should be fairly, does that feel okay? Balanced, sort of? So let's start out like that. We'll just kind of keep everybody alternated. And of course, paddle on the side. Now, Dan, you can pretty much switch anytime you feel like it, sort of, right? Because your balance doesn't matter. And same thing with you, Jay. Whatever it feels, whichever side you want to go on. Again, see, whatever side you drag your paddle on, right? The canoe's going to go that way. So if the canoe needs to go left, just drag your paddle on the left. If it needs to go right, just drag your paddle on the right.
I was trying to do, and I really struggled. I was trying to do everything with doing like stationary draws.
That's too hard.
Drawing it. I was killing myself with that.
Well, you can do little corrections like that.
Yeah.
Like if you drag your paddle and go too far this way, you can correct it.
Yeah.
With a little correction stroke.
Yeah.
But depend on it feels like you're slowing the boat down when you drag.
That's why I didn't do it. It's like ruddering. I feel like I'm slowing down.
Well, you can only do what you can do.
Nature of the beast.
try to minimize the ruddering as much as possible and try to do just little correction strokes. But another thing too is the guys in the front, if you can kind of get a sense of that, you know, you can probably help. Like if you need to go to the right, the guys that are paddling on the right in the front can just do a quick, like Dan especially, you can do a quick, just a little pull stroke. So why don't we kind of gently maybe go towards the upstream so you can all hear us talk. And again, I would just take a nice easy stroke. So Dan's going to maybe set a nice easy stroke, and once we get turned around, just kind of paddle easy, but paddle in sync. You know, try to paddle in sync with Dan. So yeah, you want to do the back, kind of drag your paddle, and you can even kind of just hold it there. You know, just kind of, yeah, there you go. Now what I would do, Dan, is switch and kind of do one of these things, kind of pull the bow upstream. There you go. And another thing, like Michael, like if you want to, you could actually switch and help Jay out. Because you can actually steer. Well, it kind of, I'll have to watch, but I'm just saying that if like the two back guys can kind of help steer, and same with the two front guys. So yeah, I would just kind of just paddle, just watch Dan and try to paddle kind of his stroke rate. Watch out for the pontoon boat. You can see they're getting nervous, trying to get out of the way. Just paddle easy. I mean, it looks good. I mean, I'll go from the top. We have Dan looking good. Who's the second guy? What's your name? Avery. Avery. I'll just kind of watch your stroke. Where you want to go, Jay? Yeah, you guys, you can probably head over this way a little bit, Jay. Where did you want to go? Do you want to cross over? Or? Yeah, let's just stay on the right a little bit. Just head close, a little bit closer to shore. Okay, we're getting a little bit out of sync. Everybody watch Dan as much as you can and try to paddle at his same rate. If your arms are kind of getting tired, you can back off a little bit. Okay, I'm going to go around to the other side. Just keep going right if you can. How does that feel, Jay? Does it feel like it's sort of like fishtailing a little bit? Or?
A little bit. I feel like every time I do a correction, it overcorrects a little bit.
Well, that's the nature of the beast, unfortunately. But we might want to switch out Michael maybe with somebody eventually to bring the stern down a little bit. But it actually looks not too bad. I think you might be down in the bow a little bit. But I think my pieces of tape are buried. I don't see them anymore. I see them now. So the tape in the back is buried on average a ½ inch. The tape in front is buried. It's kind of hard to tell if the wave's coming up, but it's about an inch. You're probably a ½ inch bow down, which actually is just about perfect. Because what will happen is, if you hit shallow water, the pressure wave kind of tends to push the bow up. So, okay, so Avery's looking pretty good. Avery's got like some pretty big arms.
I told you we're a big team.
or I'm just saying, or long arms. I'm thinking.
Don't worry, Avery, you got big arms too, buddy.
Yeah. I mean, me compared to you guys. I mean, you got to use Avery's leverage there somehow. But you look really good. Your stroke, you paid attention to what I said, right? As soon as your hand's kind of getting here, you're lifting out. That's good. Now, another thing I really didn't talk about is the stroke is not so much pulling like this. It's more about driving down. Okay, so I'm exaggerating, but like, I don't know if you guys can watch my stroke. So when I say like going from here to here, so oh, good save, good save. Recover. Another thing too is air bracing. Not very effective unless you're really, really fast. So if you feel the canoe tip, just go flat. Okay. Instead of try to fight the urge. Everybody tries to go, oh my gosh! But if you can make your paddle an outrigger and just kind of skip it on the bottom, that's the best way to stabilize the boat. So I wasn't really paying attention there what you guys were doing. I think some of you were kind of like going like this, but if you can kind of just put your paddle in the water just to kind of make sure, because you're going to lose a lot of time tipping over and getting back in.